This was a two-part project from the very start. In part one, I just felt the shock factor wasn't quite enough if L shows up at the end and confronts Light. So I wanted to convey how evil Light is in part two, because that's what really hit me when I first read the Death Note manga.
Checkmate. A battle of wits. The suspense builds from the previous Death Note as all questions are answered in the much-anticipated sequel.
I'll be your eyes from now on.
He's out cold! You're a murderer! Have some compassion! Believe me, I'm not Kira!
The emergence of a second Kira who possesses the eyes of the Shinigami and a third Kira. Who will win? The last mistake I'll ever make. Who will survive? Death Note, the last name.
It's very difficult to make the distinction between good and bad in this movie. So I took that frustration, the dilemma, and sort of fantasized it to be embodied in an entertaining movie. In the original story, Misa is totally scatterbrained. She's blonde and she's really zany. On top of that, she's head over heels in love with Light. Well, we can't stray away from that. But she has to have a sense of darkness because her parents, her entire family was murdered. This is an essential part of the development of her character in the live-action adaptation. So I paid close attention to that in directing Erika Toda for this role.
I have a small part in Death Note, which actually came about. I was just hanging out on the set one day, and one of the assistant directors came up. They're like, "Oh, Norman, we need a couple FBI agents. We need some white guys." They said, "Oh, we have this death scene, so why don't you come out and die for us?" I was like, "Sure, whatever." I've died in so many Japanese films.
The moment you touched it, you became the notebook's sole owner.
Do I have to trade for it? Are you going to take my life now?
I won't do anything to you. If you don't want it, just pass it on to someone else. In which case, I will erase all memory of the Death Note from your mind.
You're sure there isn't a price for this?
Yeah. Yes. And then 125 at 39.22.
I sat in for a portion of Light's English dubbing session, and I thought the mood was captured extremely well.
There, after a hard day's work.
What a day. I never thought it would end.
You're in charge of the Kira case, aren't you?
They were working on the scene with Light's family, and the other characters had already been dubbed. It was interesting watching Light's voice being recorded and hearing the entire family speaking English. It was well done.
I understand, Dad.
Well, I've been just directing for about 13 years, and it's always, with every show, it's always different. Every show, you need to get something that's a little different from the actors. We'll look at what the Japanese actor did, watch that performance, and then to be able to take some of these voices and put them onto real people is just a lot of fun.
I am justice.
Really, really good.
Nice to meet you. I'm Al.
It's like we're using more of the innocence and childlike qualities that L has, because that seems to work really well with the visual and with what the Japanese actor brought to it.
As for me, you should call me Ryuzaki from now on.
All right, then.
I think people around the world are facing similar circumstances, and different cultures are naturally beginning to understand each other. That's what I'm beginning to see, and that's what I'm trying to express through the films I'm making.